See you, TMG.
And those contracts you're gonna
whatever happened to Water Square is an absolute shame, bro.
Interesting. You want to touch on the NBA?
Let's touch on the NBA. Let's talk about NBA this season so far. We give our storylines.
Lonzo.
I know you want to talk about Lonzo, but I think we should start off with the two best teams.
LaMelo.
Shout out to Lavar for raising two great kids.
Big man thing.
No, I've been staying the course of Lavar from the get-go. I've been trying.
He's still an outrageous man. He's still
outrageous.
outrageous.
He needs his flowers though.
I don't care.
No, the wife as well, Tina as well, man.
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
Both of them
He's
need their
still,
flowers.
he's still an outrageous man, but I'll give him credit.
He's an outrageous man and he's done the job.
He's
Outrageous.
totally
But you know I like it because
he
he supports his sons to the end.
But have you noticed that they got better since he stopped talking?
Since he's become less prolific, they've got better.
It doesn't matter. He believed in them. He got them to believe in themselves. He's got everyone else.
He's a great black dad.
To me, like me, to believe in them. Who knows? I might buy some triple B's. I'm joking. Those shoes are overpriced.
I can't buy them. Media, so,
Maybe buy triple B's. You better hope that the club say they're designer, bro.
I may just get a t-shirt. If he's listening.
That's a good. I wanted to get one.
Maybe a T, you know.
Triple B's.
Maybe a
triple
T.
B's. Billionaires.
One of the B's is though.
He might make a team one day because he can shoot.
Or you better hope that LaMelo and Lonzo get so good that it just
take him along.
Do you know what? Okay, I actually want to know why can't. I don't think he's that bad that he can't make a team. I want to know why he's not on the team.
I'm saying he can shoot. He was at the Hornets B team.
It's Giannis's brothers get game time and they're crap, fam.
But he's an athlete and he can defend.
Fannis.
Yeah.
How about is it Alex? Costa's got a ring.
With Lakers, isn't it?
Yeah, got a ring.
There's actually one that was really good.
The youngest one is gone to Europe.
What's his name?
Alex?
Is it Alex? I think it was Alex, yeah. Because I remember hearing stories or watching a video of them saying
he's better than Giannis.
He's supposed to be very good, yeah.
But he's gone to Europe. All his career, the Panathinaikos things.
Giannis, keep an eye on that guy.
27. I saw his resume for 27. Whoa.
Giannis.
Yeah.
Road to top 10 all time. He's good for the last 2 years, boy. We're coming.
He's
getting there.
Top 75. He got that. He got his recognition. Obviously, there's one guy on the list that shouldn't have been there. Damn, should never be on the top 75. He's not even top 500.
Do you know who got me angry that he wasn't on the list? And guys like to have their opinions. But Dwight Howard.
Dwight should have been on the list because 3-time NBA defensive. You were on the list, bro.
But guys like to use the fact that the end of his career wasn't that guy. But when he was in his prime, yeah, the last center you could say was arguably the best in the league was Shaq.
Yeah.
And since Dwight Howard, you can't even name a center that you say he's one of the best. You always say he has the potential. The only guy now, tell a lie, Joker, he's kind of getting the conversation.
Joker should be. If they were to do the list, maybe in 5 years' time, Joker will be on the list.
He is good.
But
he is good.
Yeah, man, he understands
Jamal Murray needs to come back though for that team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of what ifs with these teams because there's a lot of injuries. Like the Clippers, if Kawhi comes back, what is that? Are they challengers? Well, it would have beaten the Suns if Kawhi was fit.
Yeah, but you see with Kawhi, this is my issue with the Clippers, yeah? Kawhi could do a madness. Paul George, he is PG-13. He is very shaky, in my opinion.
He's been good this year. When he's been the star.
But okay, OKC, that season, was he not top 3 for MVP? What happened in the playoffs?
It fell apart. But I thought...
And I'm not surprised.
I think he kind of dispelled that rumor last playoffs where he was like, oh...
But he kind of played well. He was too sporadic. The one game was good, one game he was in. Then the next game he was excellent. The next game was like, come on, you can do better than that.
Terrence Mann that saved them, man. I say shout out to Terrence Mann. But you see, with the NBA this year, I see there's only... I think the winner's going to come out of the West. And it's between the Suns and the Warriors. That's how I see it. But I'm scared because I'm like, Giannis and KD, they can... If they just go Super Saiyan in the playoffs, it's scary.
I'll say this, yeah. I think, you see with the Warriors, if Clay comes back, I'd say 70 to 80% by the time the playoff comes. I don't know what team in the West beats them because their ball movement and their shooting is crazy.
But how about bigs? How about if they face a big like a Jokic? What would they do against?
Honestly, okay. The way Golden State beats teams, they kill you with threes, innit? Or threes and floaters. That's what they do. So I think with Jokic, obviously James Wiseman, in my opinion, he will be a good centre. You will just have to hope he plays good defense on it. He has to have the series of his life against Joker, and then you got Draymond Green who can come and switch, and he won't stop Jokic, but exactly he will bother him because he's experienced. He knows what he's doing defensively, and he's a playmaker. So Golden State, they've got
I think
decent core.
When the Suns faced them, Ayton gave them problems. Deep post, he was giving them problems.
Yeah, if you play big, you know what I mean, you could cause some problems.
Yeah, you could. But the issue of playing big, now when they have the ball and they're running around on the perimeter, do you have guys that can get in their face and stay in front of them?
You hide Jokic and Draymond Green, and then you just hope that other guys can stay.
No, I don't think you can hide Jokic.
Draymond Green's not shooting.
No, but Draymond Green can take Jokic off the dribble.
Exactly.
Have you seen
I don't think he can take Ayton off the dribble. Ayton's a bit more mobile, but he can take Jokic off the dribble.
Right.
Like, he can actually blow. I'll be surprised if he can't blow.
Draymond Green fast layup. He chucked the ball so hard at the rim. I've never seen it. It cost the man the playoffs last year because he was the way he would trying to take layup.
I've seen him dunking on good boys and stuff. I mean, Draymond Green, like dunking, he's also has him dunking quite a couple guys.
Recently.
Golden State's team's good.
He's getting healthy again. Maybe taking it seriously.
Last time I checked, they said his 3-point percentage wasn't that bad.
Oh, Draymond.
It's like mid-30s, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, he's taking basketball serious again because there's 2 years where he was just on a joke thing. Absolutely, he was chucking that ball at the rim as hard as he could. They're lucky that they're awakening Wiggins because Wiggins is now looking like a.
He's looking good. He's regressed to me 31%.
You see with Wiggins, yeah, I've never thought he was that good. Anyways, but I'd say you see Golden State. I think that's probably the perfect situation for him. He's got winners around him and guys that will say, okay, do what you're good at. We'll handle the rest. You just kind of float and be the third guy and just give us what you can. And he's flourishing under that role, But you see KD. If he goes Super Saiyan, I still don't think that's enough. Harden needs to come good. I don't know what Harden's on right now, but he needs to come good.
He's adapting to the new
rules. It's getting better.
But just to touch Draymond Green briefly, I mean, that 15-16 season, he went off from 3. 38.8%. He hasn't shot above 33% in any other season.
I don't know how he was shooting 38% in that season. I just do not know.
3.2 attempts. I was at 14 points a game. That's why they won. That's why they won 72 games that season.
But it was good. He was good. That's when he was taking offense seriously. Then he just decided, you know.
It was an outlier season.
He's a joker. Sometimes that's what happens in the NBA. You have one season where, you know, you have to just enjoy that season.
From the field. Damn.
That's what you get paid. That's the season that might get you paid.
James Harden, that's my guy, man. I like him, but he just needs to, in the playoffs, he needs to sort out that mental issue because he's a guy. Unfortunately, there's investigations on his ass, isn't it?
I've got the book out. I put the APB out for him last year. You know,
the come back. Guys and that Harden guy. You know, people tell me he's this and he's that, but in the playoffs, he gets missing.
I still got the Harden jersey. I'm still a Harden guy, but you know, sometimes when I see it, he goes missing. No, it's not my fault. It's not me that's going missing. It's him.
They need a certain Kyrie, but you know, I don't think.
What's Kyrie gonna do?
Forget about him, man.
Forget about him, man. You can't even. I heard like Canada now. If you're not vaccinated, you can't travel. So there's a series. If Toronto make the playoffs, which they probably can.
Well, they gotta hope Kyrie takes the vax or something like that.
No one cares now, man. Kyrie.
Well, the Brooklyn Nets can't win without him.
They won't.
Yes.
No, they won't.
If anything,
unless they trade it.
The Bucks are coming out. The Bucks are coming out.
Who,
Wait, where are 76ers now?
Maybe sound like Bradley Beal or something like that.
No, stop. Bradley Beal is a beta.
Yeah, but he can be a beta next to Kyrie and Harden. That's fine.
The Bucks are probably the best in the East.
Yeah, they probably are. Heat will be causing teams trouble
in the playoffs, not regular season. I think they're going to suffer because when you have old heads, they don't care for the regular season too much.
Yeah, they kind of coast through.
Coast through.
Jimmy Butler, I've always liked him, but I feel like you see when he's not playing for the Heat, it's a different team. When he's not on the floor, it's a very different team.
He's injured at the moment.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he hurt his tailbone.
I mean, buckets. I mean,
that's your boy.
The Heat are really good. Yeah, Jimmy Buckets is a real player.
Real player, man.
Tyler Hero doing his thing.
You know what?
I haven't heard about him so much recently.
Last
he's not bad. He's not used to
week of the he's been a bit quiet, but he's doing his thing. I mean, he's a quality player.
Duncan Robinson went 0-0-0, but then he came back.
Duncan Robinson is a great shooter, but
literally that's it.
But he's a defensive liability. Even though he gives effort on defense.
So is Tyler Hero though.
Not as much as Duncan Robinson. When you watch the highlights, Duncan Robinson will give the effort, but still get cooked. He just gets cooked.
Effort is one part of defense. You still can get cooked.
But he gets like 1-on-1, just gets cooked. Getting caught behind.
I just want to say something about one of my favorite players. Just want to put him under the lights. Hey, Luca, man, the lights are on you, fam.
They're holding someone else accountable. Well,
Yeah.
2 in a day.
It's not looking. You've been playing awfully.
I like Luca, man.
Lack of consistency. One game you're giving me 15 and a quarter. Next game you complain to the rest. We need more, fam. This is Paul. This is 2 straight seasons where you started off like this. I can't have this.
Yeah, this is the same guy you're telling me that will surpass Jordan's career.
It's been poor at the beginning. I don't know about him after Christmas.
That's what you said.
After Christmas, he'll come alive. He does this. He starts off like a
I
fat
didn't bet you
boy.
on that, did I?
Yeah, no, you don't bet me on that. He starts off like a fat boy, but given time, last playoffs, I was very impressed with him. But we need more from you. This is not good enough anymore. This is not good enough.
No, we bet that he won't win a championship in his career.
Yeah, man. And I'm seeing that Jason Kidd's, he's an absolute joker.
You see your guy Alonso, his team, the Bulls, I expect them to make some noise. I don't know how far they'll go, but I think that's a decent team. I like Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, when I first saw him, I thought this guy's just a dunker. Then he improved his shot. He can play make a little bit. He's a good player.
They got big
Vucevic.
in the playoffs though. Good. They have a big issue.
None of them have experience like that.
Yeah, they don't have experience, and if they face the 76ers, they're in absolute trouble, fam.
Do you think so?
Embiid will.
If he stays fit.
If Embiid stays fit, he's eating them
and engaged.
He's gonna eat them alive.
I understand why you say that, but you know what the Bulls would have to do. I think there's only one way they can. Obviously, he will probably get his 30 to whatever. Stop Seth Curry and the rest from contributing. That's your thing. Let Embiid beat you. If Embiid does a craziness and you all have an off night,
Make Embiid score 50.
That's it, exactly. You got to make him do the mad thing.
I think that will work because I don't think he has the mental and physical stamina to score 50.
That's
40
what I'm
points.
saying. Consistently.
He gets he gets to the line a lot. He gets to the line.
Scoring 40 points game after game.
It takes its toll on you, bro.
Takes its toll on you.
But he gets to the line a lot.
Get to the line, but just having to pop that many shots.
Hey, what? 76ers just need to trade. Trade Simmons, man.
It's not even just that, yeah. Him doing that, and you're expecting Embiid to play good defense on Vucevic. If DeMar DeRozan comes into the lane, because he's not a great 3-point shooter, you're going to expect him to contest, protect the rim.
Hey, they got one of the best defensive perimeter guys. That's not even Fireball can guard him, bro.
Yeah.
Fireball can guard him.
Speaking of Fireball, I want to change my prediction for defensive player of the year. I'd start to support Marcus Smart. Fireball's my guy now.
You like Fireball? When did you start liking it? I've been knowing about Fireball.
I've been liking it for a minute, but Fireball is a guy I'm going to because I'm hoping they're going to change it. Hopefully another guard can win defensive player of the year for the first time.
And you put Fireball as your favourite?
Initially I put Marcus Smart. Now I'm going to Fireball, but going by the statistics, if there's on party to flip and go rare again.
Well, of course they might give it.
But you know why that annoys me? Because it's like, okay, this guy all he done. I think
he's a regular season defender.
I think you see whenever PG-13 was at OKC, I think he had a very good case to get defensive player of the year, but obviously Gobert got it.
Gobert always wins it because the metrics are always like, oh, when Gobert's on the court, this is what happens to this defense.
Yeah. How about actually watch it? Watch the film.
Fam, the guys that are voting, they all care about metrics. They care about numbers. They don't care.
No, he's a good defender, but I just think there's been certain seasons people have been better than him.
If I was going to give a defensive player, I wouldn't give it to Gobert any season because I'll be like, oh, he doesn't guard perimeter players. Perimeter players are the ones that are killing me. I'll be giving it to Giannis because Giannis was switching out to guys. And he got one, yeah. And Draymond Green probably deserves it more because the Warriors' defense is just crazy right now. And he's the orchestrator of that. It's like, I don't know, it's just what you decide to choose as the metric that you want to decide. Do you want to choose how much someone is scoring at the rim or how much it affects the other team?